What happens when the giants of the sea make a mistake? From communication breakdowns to brutal forces of nature, these monumental collisions were captured on film. We're diving into the high-stakes world of maritime disasters to see what really happened. This is the analysis you won't find anywhere else. This was the scene off the coast of Sri Lanka, where a devastating fire transformed a massive cargo ship into a floating inferno. The blaze raged for days, creating an environmental crisis and a staggering display of loss and resilience on the high seas. A standard docking maneuver devolves into a tense, slow-motion crisis as the immense vessel drifts helplessly toward the pier, its crew powerless to prevent the inevitable grinding impact. A titan of the sea meets a tiny fishing boat in a devastating imbalance of scale, showing how a moment's lapse can erase the horizon's safety. In Barcelona's iconic port, a sudden inferno turns a peaceful dock into a scene of chaos, threatening a line of majestic ships with relentless, spreading flames. In the crowded, strategic waters of Bahrain, a critical miscommunication or miscalculation led two massive vessels into a shattering slow-motion collision, bending steel and shattering routines in an instant of unavoidable impact and profound human error. In the vast, lawless expanse of the high seas, a different kind of vessel hunts its prey. This is the front line, where the activist crew of Sea Shepherd directly intercepts illegal fishing operations in a daring and controversial battle for conservation. The collision was immense. In 2020, the sheer force of the impact crumpled the colossal hull of the Milano Bridge against the Busan Pier in a devastating slow-motion grind of screaming metal that defined port safety failures for a generation. The cruise ship Armas met a sudden and violent end to its journey, crashing directly into the harbor wall. This dramatic impact, captured on film, showcases a critical failure in maneuverability, ending what should have been a routine docking in sheer, unavoidable force. A single point of failure triggered a maritime domino effect in 2021. Watch as an entire stack of containers surrenders to gravity, cascading into the sea in a chaotic and costly ballet of twisted metal, representing a multi-million-dollar loss and a stark lesson in securing cargo. A towering bridge met an immovable obstacle when it collided with a stacked container ship. This catastrophic miscalculation led to a brutal, groaning impact that crumpled steel and sent shockwaves through both vessels in a devastating clash of two maritime giants. In the congested waterways of Indonesia, a massive container ship lost its path, resulting in a shattering collision. The violent meeting of hulls sent containers trembling and underscored the razor-thin margin for error in navigating the world's busiest maritime corridors. In the vast open theater of the sea, two vessels' paths fatally converged. This moment of impact, a brutal meeting of momentum and mass, transforms routine voyages into a sudden, grinding catastrophe of bending steel and shattered procedures, all captured in stark clarity. The ocean reveals its raw power as a ship ceases to glide and begins to fight. Watch the bow rise against a mountainous wave before crashing down in a shuddering spray. A relentless, humbling battle between human engineering and nature's immense, unforgiving force. A single point of failure triggers a catastrophic chain reaction. Watch as towering stacks of shipping containers surrender to the violent roll of the sea, tumbling in a chaotic slow-motion avalanche into the depths, a multi-million-dollar spectacle of loss and logistical nightmare. In a surreal breach of boundaries, a massive maritime vessel lost its way, drifting from its watery domain to intrude upon a quiet residential street in the Netherlands, creating an unforgettable scene of colossal engineering nestled awkwardly among houses and sidewalks. In a terrifying vice of steel, a small tugboat is caught helplessly between the immovable mass of a colossal tanker and an unyielding floating dock, a stark illustration of vulnerability and immense pressure in the world of maritime salvage and assistance. Off the coast of Romania, arriving from the Netherlands laden with salt, a cargo ship met catastrophe in Colombia. During its approach, a critical miscalculation led to a grinding, unavoidable collision with the pier, turning a routine docking into a stark lesson on the global risks of maritime trade.
The incident highlights just how tough it is to maneuver these large water vessels.
Incidente ocurrido por una mala maniobra del capitán.
Allah, zincir düştü.
At the port, the YM Witness made an abrupt and puzzling introduction, its hull grinding against the concrete pier in a collision that echoed through the docks. While the cause remained a mystery, the fortunate outcome was clear: a startling impact with 0 human casualties. A ship's fatal miscalculation meets the unyielding concrete of a pier extension. This brutal, grinding collision showcases a critical failure in spatial judgment, where the vessel's massive momentum is violently arrested by static infrastructure in a shuddering halt of steel and force.